Alright, so this week's topic is depression and self-harm within the community. Because lately, in the past few years, it's been on the rise, and I feel like this is something that not a lot of people talk about. That's something that's pushed aside because it's uncomfortable to talk about for some people. And I think the reason we need to talk about it, especially within our community, is because the more we talk about it, the more people are going to feel less alone when they're going through this. And I mean, it can come from a number of things: the depression, the self harm. Um, I mean, from my personal experiences with depression and especially self harm and suicide, it came from the shame and the bullying uh, towards my towards my orientation towards myself. Because I mean, when you have nobody there for you, or if it feels like you have nobody there for you, that can be a crushing thing for people. And it it's just nobody should have to go through any of that. But because our society deems it not normal to be gay. I mean, we're getting better. It's 2013, we're getting better. Marriage equality is getting there. But most people still deem it unnormal to be gay, to live a gay lifestyle. And that's where the shame comes in. You feel horrible that you're this way, you don't want to be this way at first. And it's it's crushing. And for some people, it leads to severe depression, it leads to suicide. And nobody should ever have to go through that. It's Depression is the most crushing thing that you will ever go through. And it's the hardest thing to get over. Luckily for me, when I was going through it, I had the help of friends. I had my family behind me. Um, Most people don't have that. Because they don't tell people. They live in shame of what especially with self-harm. You live in shame with what you do. You feel guilty. You don't tell anybody that you're doing it. And so through that guilt and that shame builds up and builds up and builds up, and sometimes it leads to suicide. And that should never happen. We shouldn't live in a society where people look at suicide as just, oh, well, he killed himself. And, we say a few prayers, we do a candlelight vigil, and by the next few months we forget about it. It's a rising epidemic, especially in the LGBT community, for young teens to take their lives. And there are certain projects and there are certain nonprofit organizations that are helping, but they can only do so much. And I believe as a community, what we need to do is we need to reach out to the people that we know are depressed. We need to reach out to the people that are are hurting themselves, are thinking of suicide. We need to reach out to them and say, you know what, you're not alone. We're here to help you. You don't have to go through this alone. Whether it's online, whether it's in person, it doesn't matter. If I had known somebody at the time who was going through the same thing as I was, I probably wouldn't have done it for as long as I had. I had done it from my 6th grade year till probably my sophomore year in high school. My parents knew by 8th grade, but I didn't want to get better at that point by then. I'd been doing it for almost 3 years. I didn't want to get better by then because I thought it was helping me. And luckily by my sophomore year, I had a few friends who basically said, you need to stop, or we can't do anything but tell your parents, tell the school, and you're going to be forced to go into an inpatient treatment because we can't watch you do this to yourself anymore. And while tough love was the treatment to get me to stop doing it, lots of people just need to know that they're not alone when they're doing this. They need to know that they have the support of somebody. They need to know that if they relapse, when they're recovering, that it's okay. That, you know what, you went 3 months with hurting yourself, and you know what, you had a slip up. Next time it'll be longer. You can go 4 or 5 months maybe. It's a process. It's like quitting smoking. You don't just quit cold turkey in one day. Some people can, but the majority of people don't quit smoking or doing drugs. But it's like trying to get off meth, okay? And we need to stick up for those people. We need to be there for those people. And we need to let them know that we're there for them. So this video is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna close this video. I'm gonna put in below some links to different organizations. There's a few that I follow. Like, I follow Tourette Love on Our Arms. There's the Trevor Project that you can talk to. There's the Born This Way Foundation, which I just found, that has all the numbers, international and US, for suicide hotlines and things. My Tumblr is also going to be in the link, and I'm always here for people to talk to. I want you guys to know that I've been through all this. If there's anything you guys need to talk about, I will always be here for you guys. Always. Don't ever doubt that. So that's the video for this week. I'll do another video next Tuesday. Have a great week, guys.